Hello there guys, I just thought I'd like to talk to you briefly today about dowsing and pendulums. Now again, lots of people use dowsing. A lot of the time you find that a lot of people do dowsing for water, and you can use what they call rods, dowsing rods. Dowsing rods are normally made out of copper, okay, but you can actually make them out of, I mean, I've got a pair of dowsing rods that I've made, and they're actually made out of an old coat hanger that I've got. So you know, you can make them out of any sort of natural substance that you like. You can also make them out of wood. What you do is you get a twig that's got two prongs on like that, and it points up, so it's called a V-shaped stick. Alright, so you can use it that way, or you can indeed, as I said, just use some copper rods that you've got, or two pieces of metal that's bent over at 90-degree angles, and you hold them like that. Hold them loosely, or what I find is if you get two tubes and put them in the tubes and hold the tubes in your hand, then the movement's a lot more freer. You can also use a pendulum. This is my pendulum here. Again, pendulums tend to be used out of any natural substance. This one's made out of jade, but I've had also others that have made out of there are quartz. I've also had ones that have been made out of copper as well. Okay, and again, it works in exactly the same way as you would do when you're dowsing. What you need to do to start off with is you need to establish sort of what your crystal's telling you to start off with. So you always need to ask a control question to begin with, to find out which is yes and which is no. So what you would do is, with that, you would get something that you know the question is the answer to is yes, and you'd hold the crystal lightly over your thumb like that. No wrapping it around your fingers like this, right? You just hold it like that, okay, and then basically you ask the crystal, you know, is this the palm of my hand, like that, right? And then you wait to see which reaction the crystal goes, and then you'd ask the same question again, but say, is this an apple? And you would see the direction that it's going in then, and depending on the different directions that the crystal goes in, you know that one is yes and one is no. So that's your control question. So once basically you've asked a control question, you can use that question for any you can use that method for any other thing as well. The same comes if you're actually looking for something, okay? So say, for instance, if I wanted to find this crystal here, right, and I'd lost it, what I would do is I would draw a rough map of my room on a piece of paper, and what I'd do is I'd concentrate on asking the crystal where is that amber crystal that I'm looking for, and I would hold the pendulum over the map, and I would see where I get a reaction from the pendulum on the map, and then basically wherever I got a reaction from on the map, I'd go and I'd have a look to see if my crystal was there, or to see whatever the item was that I would be missing. So you can do that for keys, you can do it for wallets, money, anything like that, you know. You can use a pendulum, or as I said before, you could use dowsing rods for that, but you'd have to have a pretty big map, because you'd have to walk with it to find, and where the dowsing rods cross like that is normally where there's something, or sometimes you may find that dowsing rods will give you a direction to go. So you have your two rods like that, and one of them might point in that direction, or one of them might point in that direction, or normally when it points out like that, it means stop because you've gone too far. You see, so that's how you would use dowsing rods. There's a lot of people that still use dowsing rods today for water. I think what it is I think it's an extension of you, and because your feet are touching the ground, I think it transfers the energy from the ground up through your body and into the dowsing rods, and I think that's what makes it. I think that's what makes dowsing rods work, and also I think that's what pendulums work as well. I think it amplifies the energy that surrounds your body to formulate an answer, and that sort of thing. They're quite cool. Ideally, if you can get a stand and put the pendulum on a stand so you're not holding it to get a yes or no question, that would be even better then, okay, because then you know that it's not actually coming from yourself, or you're not you're not subconsciously moving your hand or whatever, because it is quite difficult when you're holding your hand like that not to move, you know. And you have to make sure that the crystal is stationary before you get an answer. So if you have got like a V-shaped thing that you could hook a pendulum onto and then ask your question and see if it'll move, that would be again ideal as well. Okay then guys, so that's just a little bit about dowsing and that sort of thing. As you can see, scrolling across the top, you can find more about me at www.orbsuk.co.uk, and also you can get me from www.nancymats.net as well. Okay, so thanks for listening in again guys, and hopefully I'll be doing another short video on something else maybe tomorrow or a little bit later on in the week. Okay guys, over now, speak to you later, bye for now.